Hey guys, it's Nicole. I'm back again with another thought evoking video. Today we're going to talk about how old are you really? I would ask you to guess how old I am, but since you won't get it correct, I'm just going to tell you. I'm 50. Yes, you heard correct. I turned the big 50 back in September. But go ahead and drop in the chat how old you think I am just for fun. I'm just curious to see what you think. If you stay tuned to the end, I will share pictures of my fantastic voyage that I took to the Dominican Republic in the Bimini for my 50th birthday cruise. But now let's talk about my real age and what that means. So there's chronological age and then there's biological age. And as you know, your birth date is your chronological age, but your biological age is more about the wear and tear on your body and how old your organs are based on the lifestyle that you've lived. But believe it or not, it's not just what you do, it's also your environment, it's the type of stress that you're under. All of these things play a role. It turns out that our biological age is a better predictor of our overall health and how long we're going to live. Um, if you look at chronic stress of racism, socioeconomic hardships, and those things that we go through in life, all of those things add up into something called allostatic load. And over time, that chronic stress will do things to our body, like shorten our telomeres, which are the end caps on our DNA that control how well our cells can replicate its own DNA and continue to grow and proliferate. And when those get too short, then we lose that ability to reproduce our cells. And over time, you get the decay and things just don't work as well as they used to. And so it's really important that we control the things that we can control and try to put up safeguards against the things that we can't. So in this video, I'm going to talk specifically about those things that we can control, and then I'll share some ways in which I hope that I can help you control them. So the first one is going to be regular exercise. It's something that we all know is good for us, but it's something that we also can find reasons not to do, or we're just too busy and can't find time to get it in. But 10-minute exercise snacks throughout your day will add up. Before you know it, you've gotten that 30 minutes a day that you're seeking. Also, a healthy, balanced diet. And you don't have to subscribe to any specific type of diet. Just as long as your meals are balanced and you're getting your fruits, your veg, you're supplementing with supplements when you need to, you'll be fine. Getting enough sleep. That's the one that can be tricky, especially at this time in our life stage. Ladies, yes, you know what I mean. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But if you can just protect your sleep as best you can and get at least 6 hours a night of good quality restful sleep, that will go a long way toward helping you slow down this aging process. The next one is reducing stress. And believe it or not, sometimes things don't seem stressful, but they really are. Even good things can be stressful if there's a lot of them back to back to back to back. So although change is inevitable, we have to find ways to ease into things and to not take ourselves so seriously, try to have fun and relax as much as possible. The next lever we can pull is to quit smoking if you smoke. And if you don't, never start. Smoking is the one thing that ages you extremely fast, and it causes all type of cancers, and you know all the stuff about smoking, so I'm not going to bore you with that. But just want to say, if you smoke, you might want to try to stop in 2026. And the last thing is prioritizing social connections. Having those really good friends, those really close, familiar relationships go a long way to protecting your mental health. They help you reduce stress, and they're also people that you can hang out with and exercise with if you like. So there's a lot that can be said for those prioritizing your social connections. Don't be a hermit. I know sometimes we'd rather just isolate when we're not feeling well or when we're stressed out because nobody knows our problems. They don't understand. But just finding that trusted person to talk to can go a long way. The last thing I want to talk about is how can we determine our biological age? The best way is to have blood drawn by your physician, and they can look at something called C-reactive proteins to look for oxidative stress. And there's some other markers they can look at. Also, if you have high blood pressure, if you have hyperglycemia, and some other things, and you're still relatively young, those are some warning signs of accelerated aging. There are also at home biological tests that you can use. But the problem is they're not ready for prime time just yet. But they will give you a clue as to whether you're close or not. So for instance, my Aura ring, this thing here, it, according to it, I'm about 52. And that's not bad, 2 year difference. But the problem is these devices can be off up to 9 years in either direction. So you don't want to put too much stock in them, but they can give you a general idea of if you're moving in the right direction or not. And so, since you all made it to the end, I will share a few things with you and then I'll show my videos. 21-day challenge that is coming up starts January 5th. On the 4th, there will be I guess you could call it a group session in which I'll get all the participants together on a call. I'll explain how it's going to work. You'll get access to the app that we're going to use, and you'll be able to plan your goals for that 21-day period. Midway through, everybody will get an individual session with me so we can work on your specific goals and needs. And then at the end, there will be another group session in which we'll do all of our congratulations and share our big wins and aha moments throughout. And at that point, you can either go on to your own private one-on-one with me or group sessions with me in the future. Or if not, if you're just into the challenges, I'll be doing these once a quarter, so you can always come back and join us again in the spring. Now, for those of you who would like to relax and get away and just have 5 days of what I call freedom, join us on our Well Women Retreat. We're going to go aboard Virgin Voyages. It's going to be a short trip from Miami to Key West with a stop in Bimini in the Bahamas. It'll be a time for self-care. It'll be a time for fun with friends. You'll meet new friends. If you don't bring any with you, you can come alone, not a problem, because we'll all get together. And it should be a really good time. I'm looking forward to it. And I hope that you'll consider joining us. The cabins start at a little over 1,000, and then they go up from there depending on whether you want a balcony or not. If you're really interested, you can go to my website, scroll down a bit, and you'll see a direct link to the website for Virgin, and you'll be able to pick your room and everything there. So without further ado, here's the video that I promised you. And let's see. There it goes. So we took a train to Miami and stayed a night in Miami, had a big birthday dinner with family. And then we boarded the cruise the next morning. That's me on my balcony. And they had this big chessboard, and my husband and I and my brother, we all got kind of engrossed in it. As you can see, we spent a lot of time at the chessboard. That was in Dominican Republic. That's one of the shows on the boat. That's a beautiful sunset from the boat. And that's us from the last day. We were so sad to go home, but it had to be done. And so we've actually planned to take our 15th wedding anniversary cruise with Virgin again, going to Ochos Rios and some other places in the Caribbean next year in December. So if you want to party with us for New Year's, you can do that as well. But I'll give you more information about that next year. The upcoming cruise in June, though, we should do it, ladies. We really should. So it's been a wonderful time talking with you all again. I hope that you learned a little something about the difference between your chronological age and your biological age, and that you're going to take some steps to make sure that you age gracefully. Be blessed.